Hello, my creatively faithful friends. This is Teresa. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I know that it's been a while. I filmed a TBR for January, and that was the last time I filmed a video. But I did put up a post in what was formerly the community tab to let you know what was going on with me. Anyhow, I will have up a video on Saturday giving you kind of the long story of it. But anyhow, today I am in my living room because my craft room is very cold. And we keep the door closed on all the other rooms to keep it warm in here. And that's one of the rooms that I haven't been using lately. So it's very cold in there. So anyhow, I am in my comfy, cozy clothing. I have to go to cardiac rehab here shortly. And I just wanted to film this video really quick and get it up. I'll probably get it up later today. Today is January the 28th. 28, 29, 30. So I have 4 days left in the month. I'm going to pop up a little video right here, and it will show you what I have read this month, what I'm currently reading, and what I hope to read. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. Currently reading, I may be able to finish both of those books. But what I'd like my next read to be, and then I've got one hanging out there that I'm probably not going to get to. But hey, it is what it is. Especially this month, and I am really happy with how my reading progress turned out this month. It turned out a whole lot better than what I had expected. So anyhow, for February, I am participating in the February readathon that's put on by Taylor from Tales and Treats with Tay. I will link her channel down below. And I'm participating in that along with my annual readathons. So my annual readathons are Chantel reads all day, and she has a word for each month, for each month of something that you need to fulfill that with that word. And then Cat Stories, she has a biblical it's biblically related, and she has a word for each month too. And I have chosen to, for the most part, read books of the Bible. So I'll choose that. We'll do the annual choices at the end of the video, and then I'm participating in Jeanette's Christian fiction readathon, and her prompts are. I'll get to those, but she has a prompt for each month. And then the fourth one I'm participating in is Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails, and she is celebrating the 100th anniversary of Winnie the Pooh this year. So, and she has several prompts, not just 12. She has a bunch of prompts. So I'll choose a prompt that I'm going to participate in for that. So for February, I got out my jar. I used this jar last year. I had little tiny hearts in the jar last year, and they were all down at the bottom. So this year, I made myself a whole bunch of other hearts. I put a whole bunch of prompts. I put a whole bunch of the prompts that are on the graphic from the February readathon, and some other prompts. And then I put some specific books on here. So I know that I can't read this many in a month, but we're going to pull, because there are 9 spots in the little bingo board. It's a 3x3, so it's a 9 spot. So I am going to pull 9 prompts out of here, and then we'll get to my annuals. And we'll see if any of them fit for the annuals. That's great. If any of them don't fit, then, But remember, this is just a pile of possibilities. I don't know if I'll get to them all or not. So anyhow, let's get into it. So we will pull prompt number 1. And these are really, I made the hearts kind of too big. So it's really crowded in here. So it doesn't have room to shake. It doesn't have room to move around. So I'll just fish around and all. And this is the book Before the Glass Slipper. So when I pull out a specific book, that's the book it will be. So Before the Glass Slipper, and I will put this right over here so you can see who's that by. I don't know who it's by yet until I go to pull the book. And I'm pretty sure that that is a Cinderella retelling based on the title. Okay, and then this is another title, Brave. So we'll see what that one is. And you know what? I got two here on this one. So we're going to put the other one back in there. So we've got two specific books from our prompts so far. And then we have True Love's Kiss, a free pick. That's the middle spot of the bingo board. Okay, so we have 3. Here's one of my little hearts from last year. It says Christmas at Midnight. So that's another specific book. I was hoping to get some of these just generic prompts so I could choose, but we'll see. Oh, an Ice Queen retelling. So this isn't just a specific book. This is just find a fairy tale retelling that is centered around the Ice Queen. Elsa, Frozen. Well, of course. Okay, so we have 4. 1, 2, 3. We have 5. So we have 4 more. I'll lose track of count if I don't, say it each time. And let's see what this one is. I know I've got more than one in my hand, so I'm trying to get just one. Okay, and this one is a book set in a fictional world. Okay, so that's 5. And I'll come back and do another clip. Forget that I said I was going to put over here, I was going to put the book. I'll come back in another clip and show you all the titles once I've got my thoughts together. I know other booktubers do it differently, but and I'm sorry I'm not holding this up and showing it to you. Okay, this is number 7. Oh, and this is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling. So any Little Red Riding Hood retelling. So let me make sure that that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So we have 2 more. And this would be better. My arm not in front of my face. I'm so sorry. Y'all know me. It's just this directional stuff gets to me. Okay. And we have a Sleeping Beauty retelling. Okay. So that's, I'm pretty sure it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is the last one. I pulled this one right off the top. A book with a magical creature. That is one of the prompts, the specific prompts. Okay, so I have pulled all my prompts. I will come back in just a few minutes and show you all the books and talk about the annual readathon. So see you in a few. Okay, my friends, I'm back. That took a hot minute to figure all that out. So I am going to put up the graphic right over here that's from Tales and Treats with Tay for the February readathon, and then I'll put up the book cover if I can do that. I'm not sure if I can do that or not. I'll try to put the book cover over here. If I can't, I'll leave up the graphic for a few minutes over here, and then I'll just put up the book covers. Okay, so for the first one, Has a Journey, I'm going to read the story Brave. It's by Christina J. Jordan, and it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Okay, then the second one has an animal, a book with a magical creature. It has an animal, and that's the prompt. And I'm going to read The Swan Bride by Jackie Stevens. And that, if I don't complete everything, Taylor had said you could double up, and this one will fulfill another prompt. So if I don't get to every book, I'll at least have some choices to double up on. A new to me author. Of course, a lot of them are new to me authors. I could have probably picked almost any of them. Michelle Derwester Dalrymple, and it's a new to me author, and the title is Before the Glass Slipper. It's a Cinderella retelling, but before it happened. I thought that would be interesting. Then the next prompt is your favorite genre, and it's a Sleeping Beauty retelling. And I am going to read The Awakened Prince by Alora Carter. And that's part of the Prince series. I don't know exactly what the name of the series is, but it's a whole bunch of different authors, and they tell a story from the prince's point of view. So I'm going to read that one, or hope to. And then one thing that I really wanted to do was to continue in the Melanie Sellier, the Four Kingdoms series. And so for the free pick, I chose The Princess Pact by Melanie Sellier. This is the next one in that series that I need to read. The next one is Subtitle. And it's Shattered Reflection. It's the Ice Queen retelling. Snow Queen, Ice Queen, same thing, retelling. And that, so that's the prompt for the prompt that it's going to fulfill. The next one was Something Beautiful, and I needed to read Christmas at Midnight, and it's by Lexi Ostro. And the reason I chose that one is because I am a sucker for a cover with a girl in a beautiful dress, especially if it's blue, and or red. And this dress is absolutely beautiful on that cover, I think. The next one is Content Creator, and it's To Heal a Broken Heart by Aveline Brooke, and it's a book set in a fictional world. Of course, any of these books in fairy tale retellings can fit that prompt, because all of them are basically set in a fictional world. And then the last one was I meant to read last year, and it's Little Red Riding Hood retelling, and it's Cloaked in Beauty by Karen Whittemire, and it's actually a retelling, I think, of both Little Red Riding Hood and somebody else. Not sure. So anyhow, but the reason I meant to read this last year is I got it for my birthday last year and still haven't read it. And the reason I hadn't read it yet is because I had got If the Boot Fits for my birthday or for Christmas the year before. And then I got the Cloaked in Beauty for my birthday last year. And I thought that you had to read these, it's a series, and I thought you had to read them in order. And I don't have book one. But then I was listening, watching Jane Reed's recommendations for the February fairy tale readathon, and she said you don't have to read them in order, and she has read them, so I'm going to go ahead and read that Cloaked in Beauty. Okay, so those are all my fairy tale that goes with the prompt. And then here I've got my phone to go over my annual reading challenges. Now, the for February, for Chantel, the little prompt is it has to have 3 or more objects on the cover. Now, I did choose a book from my 26 in 2026, which I'll tell you something about that in a second, to read. But I think I am going to find a book of something I've read during the month of February to use for that, because I can really, really do that. I'm pretty sure that I didn't study the covers completely, but I am sure that I will be able to fulfill that prompt. And then the March prompt for Chantel has a weapon on the cover, and I've already got one on there that will fulfill that prompt. So I'm going to do February and March prompt, hopefully in one month. The next one I have is Jane Reads Jeanette from Jane Reads and her Christian fiction, and I have To Heal a Broken Heart by Eveline Brooke. And it has had to have fairy tale retelling or heart in the title and a subtitle. So I am going to do To Heal a Broken Heart by that. And then the next one is Cat Stories, and her word for February is love. And I love the Old Testament in the Bible. So I am going to read the book of Nehemiah for February. And then Katie's, I am just going to plug in one of my reads into somewhere, because she has a couple that are, a mood read, or read at night, or read on a windy day. So she has a couple from that. And I think by the time I finish January anyhow, I'm going to be way ahead, because I think that I will have finished, if I finish what I've already got going, I think I will have finished 4 books that fulfill prompts in Katie's readathon for January. So yay, that's fabulous. So the last thing I want to leave you with is, I know I haven't done like a whole lot of content for, like booktubers and planners do of, the new year content, but I am really, really hoping that it's going to warm up. I can get back in my craft room, and I am going to start filming some content like that. So you're going to see that kind of content that you probably should have seen in December and at the beginning of January. You're going to see that in February for me. So the start of my year is really going to be in February. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for taking time. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And all of the other content creators that I mentioned will be in the description box down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again. Bye.